What's up, my friends? It is Jason Morris. I am back and I'm going to talk about one of the lenses that I actually regret getting, or one of the lenses that I actually regret getting the cheaper option rather than the VC option, or vibration reduction option. Now that lens, what I'm talking about is this. Tamron 70-200 2.8. So this one is the Tamron lens, the SPAF 70-200mm f-stop 2.8 DILDIF macro lens. Now I got it for about $1,100 or $1,200 at the time. So the vibration control version was about $300 more expensive, this one. So I thought, hey, why not? I might not need it. Next minute, I actually do really think I need it. I actually ended up getting the 24-70 in the Tamron version, which is also quite expensive. I think it was about $1,500 at the time. I ended up getting the VC version to make sure I had that vibration control, and I have not regretted it since. The vibration control makes a shitload difference, like a massive difference. You have no idea, especially when you're shooting 200mm full zoomed. You really need that vibration reduction, because when you're actually taking that photo, you don't realize that you're actually moving the camera body when you're actually doing the shutter, or you're probably not holding it steady. Even on a tripod, you can still get slight motion blur. It all depends on your shooting style, but it's so much easier if you have vibration reduction or you have that vibration control. Obviously, there is that rule where if you do zoom in to 200mm, you want to try and have your shutter speed up just as high, so 200 of a second at least. There are all those different types of techniques that you can use, obviously tripod, monopod, whatever you're going to be using for, depending on what you're shooting exactly. But yeah, one of the biggest things is I do regret getting this because it doesn't have that vibration reduction. Doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't give me the really good quality photos anyway, because it does. It gives me absolutely great quality photos. Unfortunately, at times at 2.8, the quality just isn't there. I find if I leave it at around about the aperture at about 4, I get real tack sharp images because it just doesn't miss. There are a lot of times where your focus can miss, and it only can take, a couple of centimeters for that eye to be out of focus, and it just ruins the shot. And it pisses me off when I actually get a shot that looks absolutely perfect and it's just not tack sharp. But when you do get those tack sharp images, holy shit, it is a great lens. It's just one thing for you to remember for next time. Grab the VR if you can. It would be really handy. It all depends on what you're shooting. If you're shooting landscapes, you obviously won't need VR, but if you're shooting portraits or even sports and action, you might actually need to consider the VR or VC, depending on whatever your camera manufacturer calls the vibration control, vibration reduction. So the Tamron SPAF 70-200 lens, which is the DILDIF macro lens, is a 2.8 fast telezoom designed for full-size format on SLR cameras, whether it's film or digital. So while the overall dimensions are confined to the absolute minimum, the Tamron 70-200 macro zoom lens is packed with features that allow stress-free photography. So it's versatile. It has MFD, which is minimum focusing distance, of only just 0.95 meters over the entire zoom range. It has excellent maximum macro magnification ratio of 1:3.1, and it has rapid response internal focusing. So the focus is actually really good. You can see here, this is the focusing ring here, from 70 all the way up until 200. It's very smooth, it works very well. So the weight of this is 40.6 ounces. It's actually quite heavy, or for metric, it's 1.1 kilos. The filter diameter is 77, so if you need to fit some UV or ND filters on, you need to know that information right there. Obviously, your maximum aperture is 2.8, while your minimum aperture goes to 32. The diameter is 3.5 inches, and the length is 7.6 inches, which is 89 millimeters by 194 millimeters. So for obvious reasons, the lens is so big it has to come with the lens collar. So if you do want to attach it to a tripod, it is best to attach it to the lens collar. So you're not going to get too much pressure on the mount where it attaches to your camera. So that's what's up, guys. That is the 70-200 macro lens by Tamron. Now, just remember those quick tips. If you are wanting to shoot portraits or sports, you may want to consider the VR. If you're going to be shooting landscapes, you probably won't need the VR. Obviously, you might not be shooting landscapes with the 70-200 anyway. You'd probably use a wide angle lens. But if you are going to do it, VC or VR, whatever you want to call it, depending on what the camera manufacturer or lens manufacturer is, get the vibration reduction. I do regret getting this one. It's still a fantastic lens. I still use it all the time with some of my shoots. I prefer to use my 85 millimeter lens for my portraiture shots. It all depends on what you prefer, but you know, this can give you some really good bokeh because of the lens compression at the 200 millimeters. All in all, it's still a fantastic lens. It just sucks that I don't have the vibration reduction, just like the 24-70 that I'm shooting on right now by Tamron. That has the vibration reduction. Really good for video footage because it just gives you nice, smooth footage and you don't get the small hand shakes. But that's it, guys. Please like, subscribe if you already haven't, and watch my next videos that come up. This is most likely going to be the last video you'll see me in this studio. Just like what I said in my last video, we are moving house, bigger house, mainly for the dogs because the fence is pretty poor. They keep getting out, it's really annoying, but we'll be in a new location. It's bigger, it's better, and so is my YouTube in 2018. It's going to be bigger, better, meaner, badder. Hopefully I'll get tons more subscribers and heaps more views because that's what drives me. I just want to provide quality content to you guys. Thank you for watching. See you next time.